Yesterday we have seen about VPC, right? So we have created. 1 minute, let me open the notepad. Okay. Yeah, we have created the VPC. Sorry. Yeah. So yesterday we have created VPC and we have created two public subnets, one public route table, one internet gateway, and attached this internet gateway to VPC. Added these two subnet in this route table and passed the route to internet gateway, and thus officially we call these two subnets as a public subnet, and we proved that the traffic is coming from external world, right, from the internet to my server, right. So we have launched one instance and checked that scenario. So today let's discuss about EC2. Today let's discuss about EC2. So So EC2 stands for Elastic Cloud Compute, guys. Okay, EC2 stands for Elastic Cloud Compute. Okay, this is one of the key service in AWS where everyone needs to learn. Okay, Elastic Cloud Compute. Okay, what we are going to do in this? Okay, we are going to learn in depth about servers. Okay, so don't call servers in AWS. Don't call servers. We should call servers as instances. Learn in depth about instances. Okay, and its types. Okay, next we are going to learn launching an instance. Okay, and we are going to learn importance of security groups and its rules. Okay, and we are going to learn storage. Okay, EBS, elastic block storage. Okay, elastic block storage. Okay, we're going to see about AMIs. We're going to learn about snapshots. We're going to learn about load balancing. Okay, also we are going to learn about auto scaling. Okay, auto scaling and launch templates and Linux commands, Linux as well. Okay, so first let me go to Mumbai region. Okay, let me go to, there is a service called EC2. Okay, EC2, so Elastic Cloud Compute, guys. Okay, so this is EC2 dashboard. This is EC2 dashboard. So if you click on instances on the left side, okay, there are no instances running in our console as of now. Okay, let's launch one EC2 instance. Okay, and let's understand all the parameters in this EC2 instance during launch time. Okay, so name and tags. So first name I'm giving to my server as a demo hyphen instance. Okay, okay, see, you have different types, application and OS images. Okay, you have different types. You have Amazon Linux, Mac OS, Windows, Red Hat, Ubuntu. There are lot of flavors. Okay, lot of flavors. So Amazon is giving these flavors as an image. Okay, for example, if you want Windows server, yes, you can click on Windows and you can choose the configuration, then launch the Windows server. If you want Linux instance, we have multiple Linux flavors, right? You have Amazon Linux, which is dedicated to Amazon, and you have Ubuntu, you have Red Hat, SUSE, Linux, Debian. Okay, So I'm choosing Ubuntu. Okay, so Ubuntu server instance version, Ubuntu version, I'm choosing Ubuntu 22.04. Okay, which is the latest one. Okay, it comes with 64-bit architecture. Okay, it comes with 64-bit architecture. This image was built on 2023 05 16. Okay, May 5th ni, sorry, May 16th 2023 lo this image was built. Okay, Ubuntu latest version. Okay, this is verified provider. Okay, see here instance types you have. You have T2 micro, T2 small, etc, etc. What is this actually? How should I select whether my instance is T2 micro or T2 small? How can I select that? So basically guys, that is called benchmarking. Okay, we call it as a benchmarking in organization. For example, if you want to launch an instance, you will get a requirement. Okay, this for example, this is my instance which I'm going to launch in AWS. So for example, see, this T2 series is there, right? This T2, it comes with general purpose. Okay, this comes with general purpose. See, this is T2 micro, T2 small, T2 medium, T2 large, T2 X large. Okay, this comes under general category. Okay, general category instances. For example, if you choose C series, there will be one more instance type called C series. Okay, this will be compute optimized. That means I will get more CPU cores. Okay, more CPU cores. Okay, and if you choose memory optimized, okay, if you choose, there will be one more series called M5. Okay, M6. So this comes for like this instance category can be considered as memory optimized instances, where you will get more memory. Okay, 128 GB memory and 32 virtual cores of CPU, and highest if you see in Mumbai region, 3600 GB of memory and 96 virtual cores. Sorry, okay, 384 GB of memory, okay, and 96 virtual cores of CPU are getting. Okay, so for example, if I want GPU instances, okay, 1 minute, yeah, G series, okay, if you see G series, so you're getting more memory and more virtual core CPUs. For example, let's assume there is a movie like Bahubali or Triple R, okay, or Jawan, big kind of movies. Okay, there will be more graphics, right? Okay, there will be more graphics. So if they want to process those graphics, guys, they cannot set up the servers in their own office, right? They cannot rent those their servers for processing their graphics, right? So simply they will come to Amazon and they will launch an instance with G5.48 xlog or something, whatever the requirement they want. So once the video processing is done, they can terminate their instance. They will pay on hourly basis, pay as you go. Already we discussed during uh, introduction, right? Okay, fine. For example, if you see, okay, for example, I'm choosing T2 micro. Okay, T2 micro. Okay, guys, I'm launching this instance for practice purpose, right? I'm choosing T2 micro, remember this point. So if you launch an instance, okay, 1 minute. So if you launch an instance with the T2 micro, okay, the T2 micro, that is eligible for free tier. Okay, Amazon is not going to charge you up to 750 hours. Okay, up to 750 hours they won't charge you. That means once you launch an instance with the T2 micro, in which you are going to get one virtual core CPU and 1 GB memory. Okay, if the instance is in running state for 750 hours, there will not be any charge from Amazon. You need not to pay You need not to pay a single penny to Amazon. Okay, because it's free of cost up to 750 hours. Okay, what if it crosses 750 hours plus? They will charge you based on hourly basis. For example, if you launch this instance, okay, uh, after 750 hours, okay, again it came to running state. Let's assume you ran this server for 2 hours. They will charge you for 2 hours. Okay, but up to 750 hours, T2 micro instances are free up to 750 hours. Okay, okay. So have you understood? Okay, okay. So in real time, how will you select this? You'll get the requirement. For example, my applications use more CPU. So what we will do is we will take C5 4x large. Okay, we are using this type. See, you are going to get 16 virtual core CPUs and 32 GB of memory. Okay, so that is called benchmarking. Like what server like while launching the instance. So what's the type I need to take? What's the amount of storage it required? Everything is called benchmarking. So once the benchmarking is done, based on the requirement, you are going to launch the server in your organization. Okay, cool. Okay, but guys, only T2 micro is eligible for free tier for up to 750 hours. But if you launch instance with C5 4x large or a T2 X large, then that will be chargeable on hourly basis. Note that point. Okay, fine. So so key pair, you need to choose key pair. For example, if one user is authenticating to my server, for example, if you want to authenticate to your Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat accounts, you need username and password, right? So similarly, if my team wants to access this server, there should be authentication, right? Okay, there should be authentication. So how authentication will happen to the server? Using SSH, secure shell. Okay, using SSH we authenticate to this server. So you need IP address and key, private key, private key and user. These are the three parameters required to authenticate to this instance. Okay, that's why we are going to create key pair. Okay, so if you click on create new key pair, okay, click on create new key pair and give name as demo hyphen I'm giving ATM hyphen key something. Okay, choose format as PEM. Okay, and click on create key pair. See guys, key pair is created successfully. My key pair name is ATM hyphen key. Okay, and choose your VPC. So yesterday we have created one VPC, no? Choose that VPC and choose your subnet. Okay, choose your subnet. Then create one security group. So create one, I'm creating one empty security group, guys. This security group acts as a firewall to instance. Okay, okay, if and only if you open specific port, okay, then only traffic will come inside this server, otherwise it won't come. Okay, so I'm creating one empty security group. I will show you once the instance is ready. Okay, security group name I'm giving demo hyphen sg stands for security group. Demo hyphen ATM hyphen SGM giving. So you can write description. Security group created for demo instance. Okay, security group created for demo instance 8 a.m. I'm writing the description like this. So guys, this is important point. See, in your organization, for example, if you are creating any security group, it is the best practice to write the description, because if someone is auditing your AWS account and its resources, okay, and if they got any chance to see your security group now, by reading this description they will understand, oh okay, this security group is created for this purpose. Acha, acha, okay, fine, okay. Otherwise they can't understand, okay. So if someone visits your security group in your AWS console, they should understand for what purpose this security group is created. That's why we are going to write description, so it is required, okay. It is a best practice also, okay. The description, okay, as I told you to write description, some people what they will do, like they will give security group name and description as same, okay. Don't do like that. Give security group name as proper, according to the proper naming convention. You can choose your security group name as anything, okay, based on your use case, but give detailed description like this, okay, fine. So there are no rules. I'm creating one empty security group, okay. I'm creating one empty security group, fine. So configure storage. So I need 8 GB of storage to my instance. See guys, you have general purpose SSD GP3 and magnetic standard, okay. But in real time we take only SSD, okay. We take SSD storage only because SSD stands for solid state drive, okay. SSD stands for solid state drive, in which you will get read write operations very fast, okay. Read write operations will be very very fast. But if you take this kind of HDD, where is it, yeah, if you choose this HDD, see they are saying it's not compatible, okay. Okay, it is not compatible. This volume type is not compatible with root volumes. Select general purpose provisioned IOPS or magnetic volumes for root volumes. So why they are not considering, guys? Why AWS is not considering HDD? Because it's very very slow. It will be very very slow. So for example, if you consider olden laptops, like the laptops which we purchase even today, will get HDD storage, right? Okay. So what is HDD storage? Can anyone tell me? Your laptop will get no storage. Hard disk drive. Okay. HDD stands for hard disk drive. So in this you will get storage, more storage. Like laptop, you will get 1 TB of storage, right? But performance will be very very less. If you consider this SSD, okay. If you consider this SSD, SSD stands for solid state drive. For example, MacBooks, Microsoft Surface Pros will get, even Windows will get SSD storage. For example, if you take 256 GB SSD, so read write operations will be very very fast. Okay, so that's why we are choosing either GP2 or GP3. Okay, 8 GB is fine. Now next, if you go to advanced details, uh, I told you, 1 minute, guys. See here, you have one more option. See, uh, detailed CloudWatch monitoring. If you enable this, okay, additional charges will be applied for you. Okay. So why we are going to use CloudWatch monitoring is, it will, like you will get detailed monitoring, like how much amount of CPU my server is using, okay, at what point of time the CPU is high, everything, you know, will be in this CloudWatch detailed monitoring phase. Okay, CloudWatch is the different service. We will discuss it later. Okay, as of now, I'm disabling this option. Okay, next. So when I'm launching an VPC, I told you that to remember one option, call it tenancy. Okay, this tenancy. Did anyone remember? So I kept a default. I told you that this will be explained when I'm launching an EC2 instance. Okay. Did anyone remember this point? Hmm? Did anyone remember, guys? I told you now. When I'm creating VPC, I got one option called tenancy. By default, we choose default. Okay, default option. Okay. Now let's understand what is this tenancy. If you see tenancy, there are three types. Okay. Okay. Tenancies are three types. Okay. One is shared tenancy, one is dedicated instance, and one is dedicated host. Okay, let's understand about all these three. Okay, dedicated instance. Okay, guys, if you launch, okay, if you launch an instance in shared tenancy model, okay, okay, for example, let's assume he is a user in my organization. He launched instance. Okay, he launched one EC2 instance. Okay, using shared tenancy model. Okay, he launched this instance. Okay, by using, by selecting tenancy as shared. By default it will be anyway shared only. Okay, that's it. This guy launched this instance using shared tenancy model. Using shared tenancy model. So backend, what will happen, guys? So see, if he or she launches this instance in the shared tenancy model in AWS backend data center, the instance can see the instance can go and sit on this hardware or this hardware or this hardware, anywhere it can go and sit. So let's see in depth. Okay, for example, he is a user in my organization and went to AWS console and launched one EC2 instance using shared tenancy model. Okay, if he or she launched this instance using shared tenancy model, let's assume this is a AWS data center. Okay, and they will have multiple hardwares like this, like 1000 virtual core CPUs and 10,000 GB of RAM or something. Okay, okay, h1, h2, h3, h4, h5, h6, like that multiple hardwares will be. Okay, let's assume this is h1. Okay, and this is h2. and this is h3. Okay, fine. So for example, if this instance, when this instance was launched guys, backend, how AWS is going to provision this instance in their data center. Okay, we must know about this basics, because no one knows. Simply I can go to this console and launch instance, right? So backend, how this instance will launch, you need to know. So that is all about tenancy. Tenancy is nothing but it defines how your EC2 instances are placed or distributed in the physical hardware, okay, in AWS data center. Okay, see for example, he launched one EC2 instance using shared tenancy model, and this is AWS data center. This instance can come and sit on this hardware, or it can come and sit on this hardware, or it can come and sit on this hardware. Okay, fine. Let's assume this instance came and placed on hardware 1. Okay, this instance came and placed on hardware 1. So let's assume there is one more customer. There is one more customer. So we, for example, there is one more customer to AWS, and they also launched instance using shared tenancy model. Okay, this customer is nothing but, let's assume we, okay, or version ID. Version ID. So version ID is one customer to AWS, and let's assume Funny. Funny is different customer to AWS, right? And Funny also launched one instance, guys, using shared tenancy model. So this instance also can come and sit on this. Right. Instance also can come and sit here, or it can come and sit here, and it can come and sit on this hardware also. For example, let's assume Funny is the different customer. His instance also came and placed on hardware 1. Okay, in backend. Okay, this instance also, Funny instance also got placed on hardware 1. So now what is the security here? Okay, for example, we don't know guys, we don't know. See, simply I went and launched instance using shared tenancy model. Okay, I'm getting access to my server, I'm doing my activities and everything. So different customer also launched the instance using shared tenancy model. So according to AWS official document, so this instance also can come and sit on this hardware, right? So what if there is a data breach between these two servers in the backend? Okay, so that's why, so for example, if you launch an instance using shared tenancy model, okay, and you have written a mail to Amazon that what if, like, what are the security measures you are taking, you can directly ask that question to Amazon. So Amazon will give you white papers, guys. Okay, so this every hardware in the AWS data center are secured with HIPAA compliance. Okay, have you heard about HIPAA compliance, anyone? Have you heard? Have you heard or not?
No, sir.
Huh? No, sir. Okay, so see, so if you launch an instance in AWS using shared tenancy model, okay, if your instance is coming and sitting on this hardware, and different customer instance can also come and sit on this hardware, and there will not be any issues in terms of security for your instance, as AWS is securing their hardware infrastructure using HIPAA compliance model. Okay, like health insurance. Okay, HIPAA is Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. Okay, like it is crucial for handling sensitive healthcare data. See how secure our healthcare data will be, guys. So that much secure your AWS backend data centers will be. Okay, so according to AWS, your instances, for example, different customers instances can come and sit on same hardware, but there will not be any impact or there will not be any issues in terms of security, as their algorithms or their security management is like that. Okay, okay, and different customer instance also can come and sit on this hardware. There won't be any issue. If you ask this question to Amazon, they will give you white papers. In that there will be a complete explanation about this policy. Okay, so no need to worry about it. You can launch instance in the shared tenancy. Okay, there will not be any issue in terms of security. Okay, okay. So what if I launch instance in dedicated host? So Amazon will give you one dedicated hardware for us. Okay, one dedicated hardware for us. So if you launch any instance, it will be placed on this hardware only. And one more important thing I forgot to tell you, you have launched an instance using shared tenancy model, no? So it came and sat on this hardware one. So what if this hardware gets any issue? What if this hardware gets any issue? Your server health checks will fail. Then what you need to do, guys? You need to stop the instance and restart it again. So what Amazon will do in the backend, they will allocate this server. Okay, they will allocate this server to hardware 2. Then your instance will come to running state. Okay, but here in our case, for example, if you launch instance with a dedicated host model, Amazon is going to give you dedicated host, no? They're going to give you one dedicated host. So whatever the number of instances he launch in AWS will come and sit on this dedicated hardware H3. Let's assume, for example, if you launch five instances will come and sit on this hardware 3 only. Okay, but what if this hardware gets issue? What if this hardware gets issue? For example, if you start instance, stop and start instance, again it will come and sit on this hardware only. Eh, okay, so in that case, what you need to do is you need to raise a premium support case to Amazon. Okay, and then you need to explain them the issue. Okay, then they will change the hardware in the back, and then your instances will be successfully running in the new hardware if it gets any issue. Okay, so I have told you shared tenancy and dedicated host, no? Learn about dedicated instance and tell me tomorrow morning. Okay, now I'm going to launch the instance in the shared tenancy model. Okay, just click on launch instance. Okay, see, I have successfully launched one server, that is nothing but one EC2 instance. Okay, see, we have launched this instance with T2 micro instance type. Successfully this instance is running now. Okay, let it come to running state, guys 2 minutes. Okay, just refresh. Yes, the instance is in running state now. Okay, guys, if you see this instance is on demand instance. Okay, for example, if you launch any instance in AWS, by default it will be on demand model. Okay, on demand model. So on demand model, what is on demand model? AWS is going to charge you based on hourly basis. Okay, based on hourly basis. So for example, if I launched this instance for 3 hours, they are going to charge me for 3 hours of usage. Okay, as of now it is free tier eligible. Up to 750 hours they are not going to charge me. Okay, so you can simply calculate your instance cost using AWS pricing calculator. Any resource, guys, any resource in AWS price can be calculated using this AWS pricing calculator. Okay, you can https://calculator.aws. Okay, so I'm creating an estimate. I'm showing you, like, in real time we are going to calculate or estimate the price of AWS resources during benchmarking. Okay, see, region is very very important, so because it differs. So choose Mumbai, AP-south-1 Mumbai. Okay, I'm going to choose service as EC2 configure. Okay, okay, so shared instances. So operating system is Linux only, number of instances 1 I need. So instance family is I need a T2 dot medium. T2, if it is T2 medium, I will get 4 GB of RAM and 2 virtual core CPUs. Okay, 4 GB of RAM I need. Fine, see, T2 medium, or you can select directly from here, T2 medium. Okay, and on demand. Okay, on demand usage is 100%. Okay, per month 100% utilization I'm going to do on demand instance. So I don't want a detailed monitoring. If I want a detailed monitoring, again see, there will be increase of $2 per month. Okay, see, if you want detailed monitoring you can enable this. And elastic block storage, I'm keeping root volume as, okay, this one in 1 minute. So storage amount I need 256 GB, 256 GB of disk space. Okay, this one 100 I'm keeping. Okay, fine. Now calculate. So I'm getting 61.66 US dollars per month. So you can calculate this to INR. Okay, to INR. So 5,131 rupees per month is my server cost. For example, if I launch instance with T2 medium, okay, which comes with two virtual cores of CPU and 4 gigabytes of RAM. Okay, fine. So you can save this estimate. You can save. Okay, you can save this estimate. Click on view summary, and this is total cost for 12 months, guys. Okay, you can share this. Okay, you can share this to your management. So this is your estimate ID. Okay, you can copy this link and you can share this to your management. Okay, and you can share this to your manager and you can ask for approval. Sir, I'm going to launch instance with T2 medium for our use case, so this is the pricing. Okay, this is the pricing. If you can approve, then I will successfully launch the instance. Okay, this is how we do in real time, guys. This is how you estimate the price of an EC2 instance using AWS pricing calculator. Okay, okay, and if you see here, uh, see, if you see here, near pricing we have different categories, no? Where is that? Yeah, on demand. Okay, on demand and reserved. Okay, payment options. Okay, we have different type as well. It is called on demand instances. Sorry, on demand and reserved. On demand we have seen, no? Let me see. Let's show you reserved instances. See, guys, reserved instances are the instances where you will reserve that specific instance for specific point of time. For example, if I launched instance in EC2, okay, I need that instance for 1 year. Okay, I will definitely run that instance for 1 year. If you know that you're going to launch or you are going to use that instance for 1 year of time, up to 12 months of time, then you can choose reserved instances. The difference is nothing, guys. The difference between on demand and reserved instances differs only in the pricing model. I will show you. So this is reserved instances, guys. In this, payment options will be three types for you. Amazon is offering three types of payment options for you. My management told that I'm going to use this instance uh, for 1 year. So in on-demand pricing model, what is the bill you got per year? 739.92 US dollars, right? Same instance, I will show you the price with reserved instance type. Okay, see, there are three types of payments they are optioning in reserved instances. One is full upfront, full upfront, and one is one more type is no upfront, partial upfront, sorry, partial upfront, and one more type is no upfront. So what is the differences? So full upfront means you're going to pay the 12 months or 1 year bill in single go at a time. Partial upfront means I will pay partial amount now for 12 months and partial amount after 12 months. Okay, like first I'm going to pay half amount, next half amount I'm going to pay after 1 year. No upfront, I will not pay single rupee now, I'm going to pay everything after completing 12 months of usage. So these are the three types in reserved. Okay, for example, see, guys, I'm going to launch the same instance, okay, T2 medium, using reserved type, and let's see the pricing in this category. Okay, see, choose reservation term, I'm going to use 1 year. All upfront I'm choosing. Okay, all upfront. Okay, see, all upfront I'm choosing. So what is the price, guys? Now, previously, see, let's see 1 year price, update, and see, guys, if I'm going to use this instance for 12 months, and if I launch this instance in reserved model, see the difference, 739.92. Okay, 739.92 minus 558.56. Okay, 558.56, which is equal to $181.36 difference I'm getting. So dollars in rupees, so I'm going to get around 15,000 rupees discount per year if I'm going to choose reserved instances. Guys, this pricing is not constant, it differs between customer to customer. Okay, okay, for example, see, I'm working in ICICI Lombard engineering team, so AWS is going to give us more discount. Okay, as we are big customer to them, right? We are going to pay around 7 crores of Indian rupees per month for total 11 accounts. We are paying 7 crores of Indian rupees per month to Amazon. Okay, okay. So you understood about the pricing and all, right? Hello? Hello? Have you understood the difference between on demand and reserved?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, fine. So yeah, this is how we launch EC2 instance, guys. So let me log in. Okay, let me log into the instance. If you click on this instance ID, this is the instance ID. It is a unique ID generated to your instance which you have launched. Okay, this is a unique. For example, if I launch 10 instances, I will get 10 unique IDs. Okay, and this is your public IP address. This is your private IP address which is generated from the subnet which you have chosen. Okay, okay, fine. Now I want to log into this instance. I want to log in to this instance. What is the IP, guys? What is the public IP? 52.66.153.143. This is the public IP. Okay. What are the basic steps I have told you to log into the instance? You need IP address, you need private key, and you need user. Okay. So now let me open Mac terminal. Okay. Let me log in, open Mac terminal and go to downloads. So where is my private key, guys? It is in download. So I'm changing my directory to downloads, and now I will log into the instance. The command is ssh hyphen I. Okay, your private key name space username at the rate IP address. That's it. Ubuntu at the rate your IP, public IP. Fine. Now enter. If you enter this command, you will be able to log into the console. Okay, sorry, you will be able to log into the EC2 instance. See, guys, why still I am unable to log into the instance? See, SSH uses port 22. Okay, what is the port for SSH? Port 22. So if you go to this instance in the security group, if you see, did we allow SSH port 22? Is there any inbound rule? No, no. So edit inbound rule. So we have created dummy security group. That's it. I am trying to make a request to this instance on port 22. By default, SSH uses port 22. Okay, using SSH, I am trying to log into the instance. See, it got stuck here. After some time, let's see what's the error it's throwing. Okay, let's wait. See what it is throwing is, what is the error it thrown? Connect to host on port 22 operation timeout. That means when I hit this command, SSH is trying to log in, like it's trying to log into my instance on port 22. It keeps on trying. At one point of time, it is saying that I am unable to SSH into this instance on port 22 because operation timed out. Okay, because see, this is our EC2 instance, guys. Okay, this is our EC2 instance. So in security group, we haven't allowed SSH port 22 connections. Okay, open in edit inbound rules, add rule. Okay, SSH port 22 from anywhere. If I add this rule, now successfully I am allowing SSH port 22 connections from anywhere from the internet. Okay, now see, now go to terminal and hit this command. See, this private key is open, guys. We need to give only read permissions. Okay, chmod 400 your private key name. Okay, now I have given read permissions. So forget about these commands. Okay, forget about these commands, this one, cd, forget about this. We are going to see all Linux commands basics in depth in tomorrow's class. Okay, now SSH into this instance, guys. Now see, successfully I have logged into this instance using SSH. Okay, have you understood? Have you understood? So Windows users can log into the instance same way using Windows PowerShell or Windows CMD. Or if you stuck during login, just forget about this. Okay, here you have an option, select this instance, and here you have an option called connect. You can click on connect and give your username. Default user for Ubuntu is Ubuntu only. Okay, click on connect. Okay, directly you can connect to your EC2 instance like this from the console itself. Clear? Clear? Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Any doubts? Anyone? Any doubts? Anyone is having any doubts? So just to nothing, guys. We have seen uh, how to launch an EC2 instance. That's it. Forget about the commands. We are going to see in depth about all the commands in tomorrow's class. So understood the basics of launching an EC2 instance, guys. Mohammed uh, and everyone. Tirupati Rao,
Yes,
Satish, can you use the response? Niveda, Nagmani, and Bhavana Manisha. So everyone. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So Mohammed, what about you? Have you understood?
I understood.
Yeah, yeah.
Understand.
Okay, guys. So I'm stopping it here. So let's see in depth about Linux commands tomorrow. So just terminate this instance. Okay. Just go to instances and instance state. Click on terminate. Right, right. Thank you, guys.